I kind of searched Christmas patterns, and then I went ahead and chose elements that I liked. I was playing around with different elements, but this is what I went with in the end. I quite like this pattern, so I went ahead and printed it on some matte cardstock that's about medium thickness because I didn't really need anything that was extremely sturdy. And once I had that printed, I started doing the design cutout on my Cricut machine. So I'm making some gable boxes, and I needed to cut that out so I didn't have to do any of the work manually. And I also needed to get like the fold marks in, so you can see here I tried to capture the scoring tool, just making those lines and imprints for me on these papers here. I was doing like two at a time, so you can see as the pen goes up and down, it's making the lines, and those are the guide marks for me to know where to fold as I'm putting this box together. It's gonna use a cutting tool after to just cut the overall design out. And once I had that done, I salvaged all of my scraps. So are you somebody that saves your scrap pieces? DIY people, let me know. Do you typically save your scraps, or does it kind of depend on the project? For me, it depends, but I definitely was not going to let this beautifully designed paper go to waste. I did about 19 of these boxes, and I had at least 2 to 3 inches by 11 inches per sheet. So I decided to cut those out and use it to make Christmas tags for other gifts because I really like it. It's super pretty, very festive, and it's giving Christmas. So once I was finished with that, I threw that to the side, and you can see here, this is the cutout box. So I'm going ahead and I'm finding those score marks and I'm folding along the score marks. The imprints were not as deep as I should have made them, and with the pattern on the paper it was a little bit difficult to see. So you would see in some areas like this one, I would fold it in the opposite direction first, because it was easier to crease it that way since I didn't put the paper design face down. And once I had the crease in, I would just fold it the way that it actually needed to be folded. So you can see here as I'm making the creases on the folds, the box is slowly coming together. It's a small box because I wasn't really doing a lot, so I just tailored it to the size that I needed it to be. And I was happy to size down because then I'll be able to fit the entire design on one sheet of paper, which not only saves material, it saves me a lot of time because then I don't have a lot of pieces to put together. So I'm just going through and doing that now. And you can see this is the shape of the box, and I just about have all of my creases in. So I'm going to go ahead and get some double-sided tape to put the box together because right now it's just a flat piece of paper. So on a part of the design of the box is that it has this little flap here where I am going to go ahead and attach some double-sided tape, and I'm going to overlap just a small part of the box on that flap so that it can kind of close itself, come together. And double-sided tape works perfectly because I didn't really need any heavy duty reinforcement since I wasn't putting a lot of items into this box. It was a little bit finicky as you can see, but I got it in the end. So I'm just gonna secure it there, and you can basically see the shape of the box now. So this is the bottom of the box, and I'm just gonna tuck those folds in like you typically would with these kind of party favor boxes. And I didn't need to add any glue or anything because I didn't really need it reinforced. Once I had it properly tucked, that was all I needed to do to keep it fine. Yeah, and that's a box. You can see it really came together quite nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and affix this label I had designed prior to recording. I just designed these in Canva as well, and then I printed it on the template for the sticker labels, and it pretty much just says Merry Christmas. So I kind of put that on the center of the box. I didn't ask the teacher for the names of all of the kids, but perhaps that would be a nice, a personalized touch. I was just working against time for this project, so I just did something a little bit more generic, which was just the gifter instead of the recipient. I made a simple tag to put on the front, and then yeah, I'm gonna pack the boxes now. And I just put one of these is the candy strips and a small pot of silly dough, which is scented dough from Crayola. And each kid just got one little candy belt and one little small pot, because who doesn't love like Play-Doh? So I went ahead and packed the box, and that was it. This is just a nice little small token, and kids at this age, they're so appreciative of everything. So I just wanted a small item for them to take home and just feel the nice festive spirit, like, it's Christmas time, and who doesn't love like a nice little gift? I know that I'm very big on gifting as much as I am on receiving gifts, so this was quite fun to do. And then this would be the final product. So it's just a very miniature gable box. Like I said, this is what it looked like in the end. You can hardly tell the area that was secure with the tape, and it held together nicely. Now onto the teacher gift. I had already designed and traced these outlines. I also got this out on a Cricut, and it basically just says hot chocolate is like a hug from the inside. So these are some little hot chocolate holders. So I'm just showing you the design process here. Once I had the outline of that, I have this double-sided marker, so I'm using the fine tip to fill this out. Get some color in there. It's a white piece of paper, and it was just quite there, but I didn't want to print. So I just decided to use and I think it gives it a nice little hand lettering DIY touch as well, as opposed to just like printing something random here. So I went ahead and filled in the smaller areas first, like I'm showing you here, and you can see that this took a while. So imagine making multiple of these and trying to keep it all neat and just put together. So yeah, this is a fine tip as well. I started at the bottom because this area is smaller, so I needed to fill that in first. And once I got that done, I flipped the marker over, and now I'm using the brush tip, which allows me to cover a wider area. And I'm just going to continue and fill this in. You can see I got a little bit overzealous there and it started getting messy because I was just happy to be able to move faster. And of course, I had to kind of slow it down for this area because I realized that I was rushing a bit and it was starting to, go outside the outlines and starting to get a little messy. And while it is handmade, and handmade things tend to have small imperfections, I wanted it to be as neat as possible because, of course, this is still a gift. So yeah, let me know what you think about this kind of idea. This is a hot pocket holder. Sorry, I said hot pocket. OMG. These little hot chocolate holders are actually for his extracurricular teachers, so his swim teachers, PE teacher, music teacher, and computer. And I made some extras for the guys in the office as well. And I left the gifts with his teacher, so I actually asked her to just give to pretty much all of the teachers that he would have interacted with, because I would not know everybody outside of those designated persons. So once I had that done, I put double-sided tape around the edge, the periphery of the white sheet, and I'm securing it here. So I didn't do that fine piece at the top, and you'll see why in a minute, but just the outer three edges as well as the handle of the cup I secured with double-sided tape. Then I affixed this label that says Merry Christmas. There's a different kind of label, so this one is 4x2, and I put that above the hand lettering. And you can see now I left the top of the cup open because we're gonna sit the hot chocolate in just like that. So there's no taper glue in the middle of this white sheet, despite the fact that it was pretty difficult to fit in. The space is just a little bit snug, so I just fit this one hot chocolate packet in there and then a candy cane, and that's the final gift. So I made quite a bunch of these, and this is how it looks in the end. You can see here the final product, imperfections and all. I still think it looks fairly cute, so let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like this? Do you think this is a good gift to give? Because I wasn't really sure, but I did want something that was cute and inexpensive, and I thought about something that said Christmas that would be easy to bulk purchase without being insulting. I also got these little Burt's Bees gift sets, and these are for his classroom teacher. So I got two of those. I went ahead and made a large mug, and I made this tote as well. So I actually just, he has a class assistant and then his class teacher. So I made this as a mug basket with a tote and candy canes, and I wrapped the two gift sets together. So his class teacher will be getting one of the gift sets and the mug basket, and then the class assistant will be getting the gift set as along with one of the little hot chocolate cup things that I made as well. And those are the gifts. Let me know what you think.